used to be scared of the dark. I remember when I was younger, whenever there was a blackout, I would instantly panic and I would just freeze. The only thing I could muster up the courage to do was to call to my parents and ask them to come to my room with their flashlight. But once they entered the room, they would ask me, "Don't you have your own flashlight?" And it's true, I did have my own flashlight. But I never really used it. I was too scared to go anywhere alone, even though I had this tool that would allow me to traverse the dark spaces by myself. Because it's so much easier for someone to just come and rescue me with their own light. I'd like to think of this world as this one gigantic building with no lights, where there are so many things one could discover, but none which could be seen unaided. This is why we need flashlights. They let us see in the dark and to discover things that we normally can't see with our bare eyes. I'd like to think that we have all been gifted with this flashlight from the moment we were born. And this flashlight is our own rational mind. But oftentimes we don't make any use of it. We are born into this world empty of knowledge of its intricate workings. Much like walking in the dark, there's only so much we could grasp. But we don't know what's what. We don't know what's true, we don't know what's not. But before we are able to look into ourselves and realize that we have the power to look for our own truth, we panic. Answering to that panic, people would often lead us to others that have already shined their own light. Those that have already created their own ways of living, whether it be leaders or philosophers. And in our desperate attempt to gain any sort of vision, we end up blindly following that light source, without thinking, without self-introspection, like moths to a flame. However, it is in this very process that we've robbed ourselves. We've robbed ourselves of our ability to shine our own light and make our own journey. We've robbed ourselves of our ability to think critically, to think for ourselves. We've been indoctrinated by these beliefs from authorities and social constructs. It would follow anyone who has an answer without first really asking ourselves, is this the right way? There's so many things that we could discover in this world that even in the millions of years our species has been living on this planet, let alone this universe, we have yet to even put a dent on the surface of our quest to find out its secrets. There's so many things for us to discover, so many new ways of living and ways to look at life that have never been thought of before. That's what philosophers do. People like Socrates or Nietzsche, they try to find their own path, they try to find their own truth. They dare to turn on their own flashlight, even in the face of rejection and outrage. Yet, for the majority of us, we blindly follow this established light source because it's comfortable. We don't have to go through all the hard work. We don't have to face the crowd that's frowning upon us. It's safe this way. So we just shut our brain off and stay in our comfort zone. When was the last time you ever thought critically of your own beliefs? When was the last time you didn't just believe whatever people told you and try to find your own answers in your own way? When was the last time you were brave enough to stand for your own truth, even if others would cast you off because of it? If you can't answer these questions, then now is the time. Now is the time to look into yourselves and turn on that flashlight you've been keeping off this whole time. Or maybe not. What do you think?